gentlemen, after the very successful sixth CSR of Capital Link here in London, the administrative capital of shipping, we are more than pleased that, according to Julian Bray, who more or less closed the event, and replying to Mr. Bornoz, who started 6 years ago, this has gone beyond any expectation, particularly in this difficult industry. Whatever the situation is in our industry, up or down, CSR is very, very important. So, what is the ingredients of success of this 5th and the 6th event here, and what do you think is the next step forward?
Well, as I mentioned in my opening and closing statement, this event is not really about CSR. It is about operational excellence in shipping. But in reality, operational excellence in shipping and CSR are very closely related. The difference is that when you talk to people about corporate social responsibility, they may not know the concept. But when you talk to them about operational excellence, everybody responds, of course we do the best we can, otherwise we would not be in business. So this conference has evolved into showcasing the best industry practices across the board in all areas of operations: crewing, human resources, safety and security, environment, technological innovation, corporate governance. So across the board we talk about what is best in the industry. And one of the big takeaways is that the industry remains particularly competitive and particularly focused on innovation, on cost effectiveness, on efficiency. And there are many, many reasons for that. On one hand, you have increasing regulatory requirements, lots of regulations coming on board, but on the other hand, you also have the vetting coming from the major charterers who themselves demand operational excellence from their trading partners. And now on the part of the ship owners who want, as they mentioned, to remain on the top league and create a competitive advantage for themselves, they do implement those best industry practices across the board and very consistently. And one of the things that George Wells mentioned from Cargill, it's exactly not only the formulation of the policies, it's the consistent implementation that creates a competitive advantage. So we're delighted to see that this conference over time has drawn in the very well-known and a lot of shipping companies. At the end of the day, it's the shipping companies that practice those practices. And we're delighted to see that the industry has embraced that event. We have major charterers, classification societies, shipping companies, a very high caliber, diversified audience. And we just want to continue this and showcase every year the new developments. Every year there are new things that happen, things that we did not touch upon last year. And exactly the idea of this forum is to present every year what is happening right now, what is the next thing that we have.
Last thing we want to know from Mr. Bornozis is what are the 3 most important things to come next year, because indeed we covered a lot this year. We touched a very important issue, which is the charterers. It's very important. And how do we educate the international shipping fraternity from a young age to get the adoption to operational excellence, the CSR, as you rightly put it?
I think the market itself right now has a system of vetting itself. As we heard in the panel, because of the market dynamics, we see that we are driven to a situation where not every company implements operational excellence, but then they pay the price. So the companies that will continue to do their best are the ones that will translate into a competitive advantage. I think given the difficult market that some segments are going through, we will see which will be the companies that will keep their dominance and their lead in the market.
Thank you very much. This is John Faraclas from All About Shipping at one more gate after a very, very successful, I have to stress this, CSR by Capital Link, Nikos Bornozis, Ola Bornozi, and their excellent team. Over and out.
Thank you.